Depending on how you look at it, Cuphead is an absolute joy to experience. It's impossible not to be drawn in by its truly unique animation style, and once you are, you crack open one of the best gaming experiences in years, in my opinion. You come for the looks, you stay for the challenge. Yeah, don't be fooled by this cute cartoon shit. Anyone who has played even the first level, hell, even the fucking tutorial, will tell you that this is one of the hardest games in years. The game not only looks gorgeous, sounds amazing, but it also gives you a hell of a ride, a real bang for your buck to boot. It is, in my opinion, 2017's best game so far, and it deserves every scrap of praise and every cent that it's earning. And if I could pay for it a second time, I wouldn't, because I've bought the fucker once already, you mad cunts. The game is comprised mostly of bosses, each creative, interesting and unique, all hard as fuck. But there are some harder than others, some so hard that they leave you screaming in sheer mental anguish, breaking things around you, or just leave you cold, broken and dead inside.
No!
Here are my top 5 hardest bosses in Cuphead.
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up!
Every list seems to have this guy, and I will absolutely agree he's one of the hardest bosses you will ever face. You start off trying to navigate around moving clouds against a cloudy background, which does not make things easy, whilst he shoots these fireballs and these rings at you. But that's not hard enough. Oh no, you gotta keep on your toes, lest he ram thou up thy butt crack with its tail. In stage 2, he then decides to have these little cunt flaps march out and randomly jump up at you. I mean, yeah, look at that, yeah. I swear it took me ages to work out the pattern of who, when, and where they would jump. So yeah, pretty hard boss to say the least.
But wait! There's more!
He decides to grow not 1, not 2, but 3 heads. And the backdrop decides to get even more complex with rain, so there's so much shit going on, you don't know what's what. Meanwhile, old bitch 3-Face here shoots these fireballs at you, and they break up into 4 if you shoot at them, which pretty much rules out the red multi-projectile option. Plus you have to time your shots and work with the little health that you have left after the onslaught of the first 2 stages. To say this is a hard boss is an understatement. I only put it at the bottom because I feel like he's often number 1, and I wanted to put the spotlight on some much more traumatizing experiences I've had in this game. Plus, I worked out a strategy to beat him where you quickly switch between the purple and the red projectiles whilst firing, which does a ton of damage, so you can get through the first stage or 2 quite quickly. Still though, fuck this guy.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
Now, I consider myself well-tempered and patient, but this train boss broke me. In its defense though, it is one of the more creative bosses that really utilizes the parry mechanic well. You've got to be really good at it, because it is fucking hard, especially when you have these tiny, harmless things thrown in that fuck you over, like these pumpkins. They keep dropping pink bars right onto the parry levers that would always move me right into the line of fire, and it was so frustrating. So many times I got to just a sliver from the end, and I'd be like, oh, if only I wasn't parried away from where I needed to be.
You sick of shit! Oh my...
I was up late that night working away at it as well, so that added to the frustration. 4 very hard stages, and with this on your back, yeah, just a horrid experience all around really. I wasn't even that pleased or relieved to have beaten him.
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
Oh boy, if there ever was a test for your reflexes, it would be this. This motherfucker. Boy! On paper, it is just absolutely ludicrous what you're put through, but eventually, it is beatable. You start off fighting this robot that attacks you in 3 different ways, but you can only attack him in those 3 different places. And it gets better. When you destroy one weapon, it switches it out with a much stronger weapon. You don't like these little missiles that get fired at you? Boom, we'll give you a fucking nuke to deal with instead. So you finally have all that done. Look how much is left! You have all this to go. The next stage is easy enough. You just have to hit its head and dodge nukes. It's funny, dodging nukes is considered easy in this game. But stage 3? Holy shit. I'll just let you watch what you have to do. See, the guy is laughing at how insane this all is. This will leave you sweating, your heart racing and knuckles white. And it's only number 3 on this list. Of course, the gamest in the land himself had to be up there on this list. How could he not? After a long hard day of bobbing up and down singing his own theme tune, Mr. King Dice awaits your arrival. He's a hard boss of his own right, where you have to really have your parrying on point, but you have to face at least 3 other bosses beforehand, with the possibility of going back to the start and doing it all over again. You can have up to, I think, 8 bosses before him. So yeah, this guy took some time, for obvious reasons. And the soul-crushing feeling you get when you hit the return to start is something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. Although I never got really frustrated with him because I knew if I messed up it would be my fault. This is definitely the boss I spent the most time on. It took me hours to beat him, but the feeling you get when you do, pure satisfaction. King Dice encapsulates everything great about Cuphead. Couple of honourable mentions. Firstly, Calamaria is incredibly difficult. I'd often get screwed by those ghosts she spits out, and the last stage took me ages to do. But the sheer elation of beating her made it all worthwhile. And also, shout out to the big man himself, my favourite boss in the whole game, the Devil, who's purely on this list because of how awesome this boss battle is. I swear to God, no lie, I beat him on my first try. Really proud of that. Really proud to fucking have that under my belt. I came off a serious high from beating King Dice and I was like, fuck yeah, come at me, bitch! It's such a cool battle. Absolutely gorgeous art in the second stage, and the music, God, absolutely disgusting.
This match will get red hot. And begin!
This bitch. This fucking head-throwing bitch with her bitch henchman and her bitch castle. This boss level is the bane of my existence. Fuck it to death. I have never played something as infuriating, as frustrating in my life. The battle opens up with 3 henchmen. A choice between a gumball machine, a discount Pac-Man style jawbreaker, a candy corn with a big jaw, a waffle and a cupcake in no particular order. Fuck the lot of them. The last 2 in particular are frustratingly difficult if you get them. You get a random 3 to fight off, and then she comes after you in a final fucking ass rape of a phase where she throws her head at you that follows you literally everywhere. And this is all while some big pink roly thing is coming at you. It is damn near impossible, and one of the only reasons I refuse to play through this game again. I can't go through it again. But all of that would be okay, if not for one teeny tiny aspect of the level.
Oh my god, the fucking jelly bean! Oh my god! I'm so tired of them, man!
Now I'm gonna let you on a little secret. It's a little known fact, but this studio actually is a ruse. It set out long ago to hire in secret a bunch of scientists and researchers to create the single fucking dumbest, most infuriating thing known to man to enrage the general population, inspired by the first Kingsman movie. And they slipped it out to the public under the guise of a cute little video game known as Cuphead. These tiny jelly beans pop out of nowhere, randomly, to fuck you in the ass, and they take 4 hits to kill. How is this fair? Seriously though, a lot of reviewers have come out and said they found the game to be unfair in parts. This is undoubtedly one of, if not the part they were talking about. This boss has left so many in tears because of these jelly beans, both before and after finishing it. And it is without a doubt the hardest boss in Cuphead. So those are my top 5 hardest bosses. What are yours? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please let me know by hitting the like button. If you want to see more just like this, hit the subscribe button. And till next time, spiel ya later!